This guy on Twitter, his name is Startup Spells. He just followed me and then asked me for information on one of my podcasts. Really enjoying the information. Thank you, Startup Spells. He has a cool account as well. He posts black hat marketing secrets. So shout out Startup Spells on Twitter. This is the description: black hat marketing tactics that they won't tell you. And I've read a few of his posts and they're pretty good. I even followed him back. And so we were talking and he asked me where I'm from. And I said, I'm from Brooklyn doing monk mode in Europe. And he said, what's monk mode? So this is what I told him. I said, it's when you focus on work to the exclusion of social life. If I was back in New York, I'd be recognized daily from my videos. I'd get endless opportunities to hang out with top tech people and top business people. But the highest ROI thing, the highest return on investment for my time is for me to make content daily. So by being where I am, where I'm not recognized all the time and I'm not invited to things all the time, I don't feel the FOMO of missing out on meetings, and I can focus. And I'm going to take this to the next level with this episode. This episode actually probably is not in my best interest to share it, but I do my best to give value on this show. And even though it is not in my best interest to explain ultimate monk mode, I think that's what I'm going to name this episode. It is in the listener's best interest, so I'm going to share it anyway. I just want to give value. I want to give value on this show. So I hope this brings value. I just finished binging a fiction book. It's a Harry Potter fan fiction called Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality, one of my favorite fiction books. It's what if Harry Potter was raised by scientists? And he's also super smart, raised by scientists who love him. And then one day he gets his letter from Hogwarts and he looks at everything through the scientific method and with science and knowing so much about science and physics and math and technology and law and everything. And then he goes to Hogwarts and the wizarding world. And this Harry Potter fan fiction by Eliezer Yudkowsky, it was turned into an audiobook, super well narrated, different voices, sound effects, music, and it was 70 hours long. It took me a month to listen to. This was my second time listening to it. I first listened to it in 2018. It took me a month to listen to. And the last 2 days, I binged it hard. I was nearing the end, and I just wanted to finish it because I had spent so much time listening to it. 70 hours long, 70-hour-long audiobook. I'd spent so much time listening to it, re-listening to chapters to understand it. Really a great piece of fiction and a great piece of fan fiction, and so much fun to listen to. And then when I was done with it, I said, okay, I need a break from audio stimulation, like a complete break. And I love podcasts. I love audiobooks, but this is what I am doing. I am cutting them out completely. And the only time, music as well, unless I'm working, I'll listen to music when I'm working and I will listen to music at the gym. But aside from music at the gym and music while working, going on walks, doing the dishes, cleaning in my home, I will be doing all of those things in silence. Something that I realized is my best hooks and my best viral content and my most brilliant, creative, and strategic decisions, they came when I was in the shower or when I was doing meditation or going for a walk without listening to anything. I get a lot of great information from podcasts, useful information from podcasts. But if I'm building something, and right now I'm building this product, which I've been talking about, the working title is Compact Keywords, How to Do SEO That Requires Less But Makes More. That's the working title of it. And I'm working on this every day, doing the marketing, making the product, figuring out distribution for the product. And I just want this to be on my mind all the time. And I'm still keeping up my daily videos. And I believe in actually recording those every day, producing them every day, in addition to posting them every day, actually like recording them every day. Because that's the best way to learn. That's the best way to iterate, is to actually produce every day. You should not batch record, because if you batch record, you forego the lessons and the potential that you get with daily iterations, where you learn one thing one day, the next thing you learn another day, and you can implement that immediately and internalize that immediately. So I make videos every day. I post every day. I make this podcast every day. I do my newsletter every week. And now I am adding on this product. And I want to free up space in my brain for this product and to think about this product when I am doing things where normally I would be listening to stuff. And so I'm calling this ultimate monk mode, because now not only am I in a place where I don't get invited to stuff, because not a lot of people here know me, and I don't have to think about FOMO, but I'm also removing the distractions from my life, further removing distractions from my life. I don't think this will be permanent. In fact, I know this will not be. But I think for getting out brilliant creative works, this could be very helpful, especially if you have a lot of other time constraints. And I'm excited for this. Like I want to stress this. The reason I am even recording a productivity podcast, this episode is about productivity. Normally, my show is about growth hacks and growth marketing, different marketing things that I'm learning, create crazy SEO things. But the reason I'm even making this as a productivity podcast is because really, some of my best work is a result of me being in the shower in silence, or me meditating in silence, or me going on walks in silence. So I think there's something to be said with that. I think so many people are reliant on way too much stimulation, and I'm excited to see how my work and output changes by cutting this external stimulation for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, I expect to go back to it, but I think this will be pretty beneficial. And I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this. You know, there are people who say, stop scrolling, stop binging YouTube. I think that type of stuff is okay, especially if you're using that to relax. I'm here in the city with one of my best friends, and we had a conversation 2 nights ago, and he was really nearing burnout. This guy works hard. He's also putting out a product right now. He has a large audience as well. And so he's also putting out a product. He was trying to force himself into recording the product. He works so much. And I said to him, I'm like, listen, take the night off. He wanted to work through the night. I said, take the night off, go to a nice restaurant, get something to eat, and then watch something stupid in bed and fall asleep. And that's what he did. He went to a nice restaurant. He went home. He watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon, and then he passed out 30 minutes later in bed. And the next day he felt so much better. And so I think hardcore relaxation is very important. Hardcore recovery is very important. But that's different than reducing stimulation, especially the types of stimulation that people have way too much of these days. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's not in my best interest to share this because you might listen to this and be inspired and be like, I should cut podcasts and then not listen to my podcast. But, you know, if that results in you doing better work, I'm all for it because I want to give value on this show. I want to share things that make everyone who listens way better at marketing and creative decisions and strategic marketing thinking. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. This is episode 287 of my daily podcast. Actually, I just put out a post today on Instagram. If you're listening to this in the future, the date is April 17th, 2024. And I put out a post on Instagram showing it's a picture of the 10 craziest places that I have recorded this show in, because I'll just read the description. I think the description on this Instagram post is good. I said, most of my daily podcasts are recorded in the comfort of my home. But when I don't have time, which is often, I record in whichever cafe, restaurant, or park I find myself in. Here are 10 screenshots of episodes where I didn't have time to record at home. To see all episodes, please use edwardspod.com. And so it's 10 pictures of me recording this podcast with tons of people around me staring at my computer, staring at the camera, staring at me recording. I think it's pretty funny. And right now, actually, I'm recording in my kitchen. This isn't a green screen background. This is my actual kitchen. So, all right, that's a podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching Ultimate Monk Mode. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.